everybody, it is your favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT, if you love me, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are doing yet another review, and yes, girl, it has everything to do with hair. I am trying my hardest not to be just all about the hair, but I've been really trying to find some solutions, and I just want to share with you all my journey in trying to figure out what works best for this head of hair of mine. Today, we're going to discuss my thoughts on the Smootherapy Keratin treatment by Professional Expert Hair. Okay, so let's set the scene. First of all, I'm going to start off with letting you know why on earth would you do that to your hair? Well, here's why. I've been natural, gosh, I don't even know how long, but it's definitely been over 10 years. It started off as, honestly, an accident, okay? I'm not gonna drag out the story for you and go on this long, drawn-out saga on how I became a natural, but long story short, I used to do my own relaxers. And for years, it was totally fine. But after a while, it started, I don't know if I was getting reckless or if my scalp was just getting thinner or something. I don't know. All I know is the last time I put a relaxer in my head, my scalp was bleeding. Like I had to take paper towels to my scalp to stop it from bleeding. It was scary. But yeah, scary enough for me to be like, girl, okay, we're gonna take a break from you. That's that is exactly how I embarked on a natural hair journey. However, at the time, I was in denial. I was not expecting myself to fully embrace it. I didn't think I would be able to survive with puffy hair, puffy roots, and hard to come through natural kinky curly hair. I didn't think that was going to be ever a thing I could get used to. I didn't think I would like the styling. I wasn't even going to cut the perm off because, again, I was in denial. I just wanted to take a break, and my thought process was 6 months, that's it. I'm gonna do 6 months and then I'll be back on the creamy crack. That's what I was thinking. However, what actually ended up happening is, boom, 10 years later, I'm still natural. I have not put a relaxer in my hair since that last time it made my scalp bleed. Throughout the years, I've tried several different things. I have chopped my hair off more than I can count. Okay, actually, I probably could count it, but I don't have a problem with cutting my hair off. See, as a matter of fact, I get to this point in my hair journey that I guess I get bored or something, or sometimes I just miss my short hair with the curls. And I just want that life again, and I'll just chop my hair off. And that's why I don't have to be going through anything. Sometimes I'm just going through past hair envy. Like I'll look at old photos and I'll be like, dang, that hair looked good. My hair right now doesn't look that good, and that's how I'll feel. So then I'll just try to recreate hairstyles that I had before, and oftentimes it's when my hair was shorter. So not afraid to cut at all. As a matter of fact, it takes a lot sometimes for me to convince myself not to do it. I've done all the things: Bantu knot outs, 2-strand twists, 2-strand twist outs, flat twists, all the things. Straightening my hair. I even got heat damage one time. Cut my hair right on off. You know it. I was not playing. I was like, oh, you don't want to revert? Cut it. All that to say, I've worn my hair in several different styles, and I had no idea that I would be able to experience that much versatility and freedom with my hair in its natural state when I originally only pseudo embarked on this journey. I have been getting to the point where it's starting to get cooler and I want to start wearing my hair straight. I kind of want to give the wigs a break. For a while there, I was wearing a lot of wigs. Still love me some wigs, some lace fronts, sure do. I will put it on, okay? But the problem lately has been underneath those wigs, I haven't been taking care of my hair. And I just been really doing a terrible job at it. I felt like maybe this is the time to start heat training my hair, because I've been kind of curious about trying that out for a while, for years now, and I've never heat trained my hair before. I mean, I've straightened it a time or two here or there, but I usually don't straighten it for years at a time. And when I do go to straighten it, it doesn't cooperate, okay? My hair is not happy, and mostly because it's been dry. Straightening it did nothing. It would immediately revert, and I just didn't want to live with that anymore. Because again, I was like, I really want to heat train my hair, but I don't want to damage it, if that makes sense. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe y'all can answer this for me down in the comments, honey, but is heat training, like, is that a form of damaging your hair? I mean, I guess it could be. I don't really know. But I feel like I've seen so many naturals, especially here on the YouTubes, because this is where I get all of my entertainment and education, okay? I feel like I've seen so many naturals that are heat trained still have nice healthy curls. So I'm just like, I feel like it's possible. And I do notice that many of them do use some sort of a smoothing treatment, and I wanted to give it a try, but I didn't want to do one that was like too harsh in terms of like all the different steps, because I did my research, and we'll get to that in a minute. I wanted to, you know what I really wanted was to try Elgin Charles Keratin Botox or hair Botox. I wanted to try that because when I watched his video, it was very short, sweet, and simple, and it was uncomplicated. And I was like, yeah, I need something like that. I feel like that is enough. That's how I got to the point where I was like, you know what, let's look at some different methods on trying to heat train your hair and also protect it. So that's how we got here, and that's how we ended up researching and watching videos and ordering our own keratin at home treatments. What really sent me down this rabbit hole and what really made me feel confident was watching Elgin Charles promote his products. And I did want to purchase it, but to be quite honest, if you watch my vlogs, then you know that we are trying not to overspend over here. Holidays are coming up, we have travel coming up, so we kind of have to be very mindful. While his particular treatment is not necessarily expensive, I mean, I think it was about 80 bucks, something like that. I don't think that's expensive ordinarily, okay? But when I'm trying to budget and I want to fit other things within said budget, I gotta go for something else. Now, don't get it twisted, because I am going to use his eventually, but I gotta get back on the right side of the budget first. So I had to, of course, go onto Amazon and find something that would be similar. And it was so overwhelming. It was a lot. It's a lot of different products. And what I found interesting is it's not a lot of videos, especially of women of color, using or reviewing these products. I can say that there was one product in particular, one that I did not purchase, that I saw multiple women of color use, and they reviewed it and showed the process. And it was a very, very long process. That was something where I felt like, see, I could use that, but I'm not sure if it would be enough, because it was like 30 bucks for this set, but it was like small little bottles. And I'm like, girl, I don't know if that's enough for my head. Like, I don't know. It's not like I have a whole lot of hair, but I have a, you know, probably an irrational fear of like just running out of stuff while I'm in the middle of doing it, and then my hair will be looking half jacked up and half not. And I don't know. So to me, it just felt like those small little bottles and the price definitely let me know that this is an expensive treatment. I even researched hairstylists that that actually, you know, offered this services. And together with the silk press and all of that, girl, you walking out of these LA salons and chairs and suites paying about a good $500 to $700. And again, that don't fit my budget. That's why I had to do what I do best, DIY. And I decided to go with Smootherapy by a professional hair expert. It's a keratin smooth treatment, and it's really just a one-shot type of thing. The amount that came in the container and the price that I paid for it made me feel like, okay, that's doable. And I was so excited to put this in my hair. I wanted the smooth hair that when I hit that hot iron on it, it was gonna give me the silky, beautiful results that I needed that were gonna stay. And that was the biggest part. I'm looking for results that will last. That's why we're here. Boom, we got the product. Let's put it in our hair. Now, I will say this. On the actual Amazon listing, they had instructions. On the bottle, it has instructions. But there was a piece of paper that came with the product that was like just inside the plastic with the bottle that had another set of instructions. Unfortunately, for the printed version, some of the product kind of oozed out of the bottle. So it got on the paper and part of the instructions had kind of wiped off. That was unfortunate, but it is what it is. However, I found it funny that it was like 3 or 4 different sets of instructions. So what I decided was best was to take different things from each set of instructions that made sense to me, that I felt would be best for my hair, and I just did that. There's the instructions that's on Amazon with the product listing, and then there's the instructions that's on the back of the bottle. The instructions that came with it, that was attached to it, that y'all saw, I think that one was a little bit more like the instructions on Amazon, but it was a whole step missing because, as you saw, mine busted out. So there's that. That was kind of annoying, though I can't really definitively compare it, but there's at least 3 sets of instructions. I'm doing like a mixture of the instructions. First of all, let's read this instruction. So these instructions says, after washing the hair 2 to 3 times with the Expert Hair Deep Cleansing Shampoo, I don't have that, apply the Keratin Smooth Mask evenly throughout the hair from root to tip. Let the product act for 15 to 30 minutes. In parentheses, it does say depending on hair type. And then rinse up to 70% of the product. Do not rinse it all out. Then it says dry the hair with a hair dryer and then flat iron the entire hair using small sections at a time, up to 7 times each section. Now, the Amazon listing, so it has a easy application, 6 steps. So first it says, wash your hair with the deep cleansing shampoo of your choice. Do not use any conditioner or mask. Then it says, dry your hair at least 80% before applying the product. Step 3, apply the product to the entire length of the hair, leaving a gap of 1 finger width from the roots. I did the best I could there. I think I did pretty decent. 4, leave it on for 40 to 60 minutes. I chose 60. 5, without rinsing out the excess product, blow dry your hair until it's 100% dry. 6, finish by flat ironing each strand 15 to 20 times. Then it says we recommend waiting up to 48 hours to wash your hair after the application process. Now, in my opinion, these instructions were modified, I think, to one, get the straightest results you can get, but two, also keeping in mind of people with coarser, tighter curls. So I think that's like an extreme way to do it. So what I'm planning on doing, so far I followed step 1 on the Amazon listing, which was wash your hair with the shampoo of your choice. Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay. And then I did follow the dry your hair 80% of the way. That was also from the Amazon listing. This did not say that. This said to wash your hair and then put the mask on after you get out, after you washed your hair. It don't say nothing about drying it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about drying your hair before applying this mask, but the listing does. So I went with the listing because I watched a couple of videos and I saw all the videos apply the Botox treatment to 80% dry hair. Like, that was a term that was pretty consistent. It was 80% dry before applying the keratin treatment. I did follow step 3 with trying to make sure I leave a gap of space. This didn't say anything about leaving no space from your scalp. And then leaving it on for 40 to 60 minutes. I'm doing that because I do have coarser, tighter curls. And this does say 15 to 30 on this bottle, but it also does have, you know, a parenthetical statement. It's not parental, but anyway, it does have a statement in there that does say it does depend on your hair type. For step 5 on the Amazon listing, I'm not gonna do that. It says without rinsing. Girl, no, I'm definitely gonna rinse some of this out. Yes. So for that step, I'm gonna follow the instructions on the packaging on the bottle and rinse out about 70% of the product, okay? Especially off of my scalp. And then I'm gonna blow dry it. Oh my God! And then I'm gonna blow dry it. As far as flat ironing, this say 7 times, Amazon say 15 to 20. Now, when I've watched the other videos, those girls were doing anywhere from 7 to 20. So maybe I'll do that because that's what activates the treatment on your hair. So you do have to put a lot of heat on your hair initially to get it straight, but it's supposed to be able to stay straight like for weeks. So fingers crossed. So that's where we are. That's what we're doing. That's the plan. The reason why I'm going to go ahead and wash my scalp though, especially my scalp, is because this product does have a tingly sensation with the nose and the eyes. And I will say, while it's not burning my scalp, it is feeling a little spicy. I'm not gonna lie. It is feeling a little spicy. So just keep that in mind. But that's why it's gotta come up off my scalp. Like, I'm not gonna blow dry. Like, I'm not gonna take this cap off and then just blow dry my hair with this product in it. Like, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, and that's it. So right away, when I opened the bottle, I can say that the scent of it actually was kind of pleasant at first. At first, it was kind of pleasant. It didn't come off too chemical-y, right? But after a while, I started to smell the chemicals. I started to feel the chemicals. And I realized, mistake number 1, I ain't opened the window. So I had to open the windows. Because, baby, that thing fills up a room. And I didn't think this would, even though the other products that I watched other people use, other brands, they had reported that, you know, the smell can be very strong, so you should open up a window, have a fan on, all those kind of things. I didn't think this was going to have that problem just because I guess I felt like because it looks more like a conditioner, it is supposed to act kind of like a conditioner, I didn't think it would be that strong. I was wrong. It absolutely was very strong. It does kind of tingle the eyes. So my eyeballs were a little tingly, and it did kind of irritate my sinuses. Anything that starts irritating my eyes is already going to irritate my sinuses all over. So my nose started kind of clogging up and all of that. It's just what happens. Like, it does not burn, because I know what a burn feels like. Like, again, I told you I burnt a hole in my head with a relaxer, okay? Like, it didn't feel like that. And trust me, I'm still traumatized from burning a hole in my head. But it did not feel like that. It felt spicy. It felt a little tingly, like, ooh, okay. But not unbearable, not painful. But you could feel it. For the most part, it was very simple. You know, apply the product to shampooed and clarified hair. And I did it on damp hair. So I went on ahead and applied it from root to ends. And then once I got it throughout my entire head, I went on ahead and put on a conditioning cap. And then I let it sit for an hour. Oh, did you notice when I showed you this comb with the product on it? You saw me. I combed all the sections, right? There was no hair, like no straggly hairs. So I felt like that was a really good sign. I will say it did kind of look like it released the curls a little bit, but my curls usually pop when I put conditioner on it anyway, which is so frustrating because when I wash it, it looks how it looked at the beginning of the video. Yeah, rinse it on out. And here is the big part, especially for my natural hair girls. You would think that the next step is to go in with your conditioner. No, ma'am. You do not put a conditioner on. It says it in all of the instructions. I will say that. All the instructions do not want you to put conditioner in your hair after you wash this treatment out. Actually, you wash it out, and now it's time to blow dry and flat iron. I noticed while blow drying my hair, it dried extremely fast. It usually takes a little bit longer to dry my hair, which is crazy. Well, I guess it's not crazy because my hair does retain water, but it usually takes a long time to blow dry my hair. And it did not take much time at all. And that was the first, like, green flag, I guess. The first sign of, like, yay, it's giving me what I want, right? Then the next step. Now, this one is scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? But in order to activate the keratin treatment and to make sure that it is going to do what it needs to do on your strands, you have to pass your flat iron on each section, thin sections of your hair, 12 to 20 times. Yeah. That's scary. That's very scary. Very, very, very scary. So for me, I think I went with 12. And I straightened it. And as I was straightening my hair, in the past, normally what happens, once I get to the top of my head, the bottom that I've already straightened starts swelling up. And it starts showing its behind, okay? And I can say that I noticed a difference. I noticed that I wasn't necessarily experiencing that to the degree where it was like reverting. You know what I mean? I did notice it was getting a little poofy, but it was still significantly better than what I was used to, that I was still very happy with the results. So anyways, finished flat ironing my hair, and I don't know what to do with it because I don't get a chance to wear my hair out in a stretched straight state anymore. So I have no clue what to do with my hair. This is extremely important, and I noticed this was important from all the other videos that I watched as well. After you do this treatment, you cannot wash your hair for 3 days. For us naturals, that's not a terrible thing. Thanks, cool. If you're, from a different background, ethnicity wise, that might be a challenge for you. But you can't wash it for 3 days. But also another thing you cannot do, and this is for my long hair girlies, especially ones that love a ponytail, you cannot put your hair in a ponytail for those first 3 days. They don't even want you to wrap your hair up for the first 3 days. They want you to sleep on a silk pillowcase or satin pillowcase. They don't want you to manipulate your hair in a way that will cause it to dent or imprint or anything like that. From what I can tell, it's supposed to take about 3 to 6 months for the treatment to make its way out of your hair. And it is not a damaging process if you do it right. However, my main suggestione though is go to a professional to do it if you are wanting to make sure you want to minimize as much damage as possible. If you are a daring girly like myself, then DIY it, baby. All in all, I was very happy with the results at first. For the most part, it did exactly what it said it was supposed to do. My hair was straight, it was lightweight. However, for me, it was too lightweight. Like, it felt like if the wind blew too hard, it's gonna snatch my wig. And when I say my wig, I actually mean my hair this time. Like, I just felt like I was gonna be snatched bald if the wind blew too hard because my hair was just too light. I wanted to try my different extensions, so I had got tape-ins. I tried the tape-ins. I've been had some kinky straight clip-ins. Ooh-wee, okay, look at that, look at that. I like that. I tried those and my hair blended way better with the treatment than it did previously without it. Like, my ends just never would blend with the hair. That was always a freaking issue. And now it was starting to blend, but the problem is the extensions were actually making me hot and heating up my scalp, and then that was starting to make my ends swell. And I was just like, oh, this is frustrating. Like, it works when it's still not right where I want it to be. Because for the most part, it still stayed straight. You know, it didn't go and revert all the way, but it was just missing something. Like, it was missing. To be clear though, let me make sure I let this be known. I did not do the tape-ins or the clip-ins around the first 3 days. Like, the first 3 days, I just left my hair out. Like, it just is what it is. It just had to stay out, even though I didn't like the way it looked. Because again, I didn't know how to style it. But after the 3 days, I did wash my hair, and then I blow dried it and all that again, and flat ironed it again. But this time when I flat ironed it, I didn't have to go through 12 passes. All I did, I think I did 2 passes, and that was it. And it was fine. It was like, again, I felt like when I washed my hair after the 3 days, I did feel like it got better. However, them ends was still getting on my nerves. And come to find out, part of why the ends was getting on my nerves is because I really had a lot of straggly ragglies, so I needed to cut that. But I was trying not to, because y'all know, I've already told you, I can get scissor happy. So I was trying not to cut and trying not to have to cut. So I didn't fool with the scissors, but the ends just wasn't blending. And then one day it clicked. You've never tried Olaplex. I think your hair needs some restoration and moisturization because it was just dry. Okay, my scalp was itchy. It was just dry as all get out. So I'm like, I need to put more moisture back into my hair. So I decided, bam, I'm gonna go ahead and do an Olaplex treatment. I got the little small one, the little kit, the little small kit with the little bottles. Yeah, I got that. And I did my first Olaplex treatment probably a week or so, week and a half later from the clip-ins and all of that. it really did help my hair, like a lot. This time my hair stayed straight way, like, better, I guess. Is that the word? It was much better. Like the straightening was like, it just was better. It stayed straight. I could put my hair in a ponytail, top knot, and all of that, and I could sweat, I could take a shower, and my ends and stuff were still in perfect condition. Like, I didn't have to flat iron it or blow dry it or anything daily at all. The most I really had to do was like put edge control on, because my roots be reverting. Like, we still natural up in here, so the roots be reverting. So sometimes I would have to put edge control on or something like that, and wear a scarf to lay it down so I could slick it back and all that for it to look right. But the ends would be still straight, so it was like, it's no need to put more heat on my hair. Like, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So this is the final result of my hair. I do have some micro links, so I am going to install those, and I'll show you in this video what it looks like and how it blends. But I wanted to come to you first so you can see just my hair, so you can see what it looks like. This is the best I could do on the style, honey, okay? This is it. But keep in mind, I did cut it. It was like about here. Yeah, it was about right here. But girl, the ends had to go. It had to go. It was not giving anything. Okay, it was actually taking. Okay, and I didn't like. I am very happy. I'm very pleased. I don't feel like if the wind blows, it don't feel like my hair gonna get snatched off. I know that my Brad Mondos of the world want to see bounce and all of that and flowiness in the straightness and in the silk press, but for a fine hair girly like myself, I don't necessarily like for my hair to be like that, because when the wind blows, my hair will then just be still sticking up like this. It don't go back down. Like, it just doesn't have enough of its own natural weight to go back down. So I do need products to weigh my hair down to keep it in place. So it's not necessarily stiff. There is movement, like it is movement, but it's not giving flowy. Yeah, it's just not giving flowy fluffiness, and that's just not for me. I highly suggest making sure that you are working with healthy hair, number one. And number two, if your hair ends up lacking a lot of moisture after doing the treatment, I highly suggest you either try a Olaplex treatment or also try a deep conditioning treatment. Doing those two things, for me, I had to do both, worked beautifully. For somebody else, you might only have to do the Olaplex, or maybe you don't need the Olaplex. Maybe all you need to do is the deep conditioning. So just, try things out and see what really is going to be best for you and for your hair, because all hair is different. Everybody's hair reacts differently to things, so keep that in mind too, okay? I cannot wait to put the micro links in, because I know it's going to blend with my hair really well. I did get the kinky straight, but I will be doing an exclusive video on that. And you can see what that installation process is looking like on how to do that. I'm sure it's gonna look good. I'm so excited. Like, the way my hair looks right now, it looks like, yeah, it's going to give what it needs to give. So for my final thoughts, I'm extremely pleased with the results that I got from Smootherapy, and I really can see myself doing this again in another 3 to 6 months. I'm very pleased with the price, the amount of product that you get, and the results that I got in my hair from using the Smootherapy by Professional Expert Hair. Yes, I would recommend it to someone who is daring enough and who understands that if the results don't come out right, they're not gonna be mad at the person who recommended it or the person who made the product, because you're taking a chance if you're doing it yourself. Straight up. That's why it's a do-it-yourself. You're taking a chance. So just disclaimer. Don't blame me if your hair fall out now. Alright? Like, all hair is different. I'm just saying, if you're looking for what I was looking for, it worked for me. The link is down below in the description box. You can click on my Amazon storefront and you will find it in the TNT Made Me Buy It what is it, ideas list? I don't know what those different lists are called, but that's the name of the list. TNT Made Me Buy It, and you will find it in there. Also, there's other things in there too if you want to take a look, like anything that I mention in my videos and on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, which I need to do better on TikTok. I always just put it right in that list. So it's a hodgepodge of all kinds of things in there. So hey, have a gander, take a look. Feel free to look throughout the whole storefront if you want. But you will find this in there and even stuff from past videos. So yeah. So if you made it this far to the end of the video and you saw all the results and you liked the results, hit the like button. Go ahead, hit it. And then if you like me and you like to see more of me, heck, you might even want to watch a vlog, you know, because I got those too. Go on and subscribe and then just surf throughout my channel. Take a look, take a peek, look at other videos. I've got other reviews for other things. Check them out. They could use some of your views. They really can. Thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly appreciate you all. And I definitely appreciate all of the new subscribers that I have been getting. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 here and there. I don't care. Like, that means everything to me. So thank you for thinking enough of me to subscribe and hang out with your girl and watch my content, because I like doing this. And even though I only get 30 views, I don't care, because I just like to do this. Yeah, check out some other videos if you want. You really should.